The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led out by their quarterback from Central Florida. It's Blake Bortles.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
They go play action here on first down. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. The numbers for him from a week ago. 7 catches, 74 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Green 80.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Left side complete, Seferian-Jenkins. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Bortles to the former Jet, Seferian-Jenkins for the Jags' first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Green 80. Green 80.
A first down carry for Smith. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now the offensive unit now for the Jaguars.
Let's take a look at tight end Austin Seferian-Jenkins, or ASJ, as his friends and all announcers like to call him because it's a whole lot easier. 2nd tight end drafted in 2014, but production was really lacking until 2017 with the New York Jets. Had 50 catches, which was more in his 2+ combined years with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Green 80.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Green 80.
On first down, Bortles. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Green 80.
A handoff to Smith. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Dontari Poe in on the stop.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shoot.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
So on 4th down, here's Brad Nortman on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, and none other than Cam Newton.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 17 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on them.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And we take you through the starting defense for Jacksonville.
I want to highlight Telvin Smith, only the 3rd linebacker in Jacksonville Jaguar history to make a Pro Bowl, but not for that reason. When he came out of Florida State with his build, many were projecting him as a safety in the NFL, around 215 pounds. He's gotten a little bit bigger, but his ability to run and hit and make plays has made him one of the most valuable linebackers in the NFL. They made the right choice leaving him at that spot.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing is Newton. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep is DJ Chark. And he gets this away. And look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Let's go, let's go. Green 80! Green 80!
Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
180.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Steps away to his left. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the 1st.
Offensively, they like their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
180. Hey.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll try the air now with Newton. Forced out to his left. And this is complete to Moore on the comebacker. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. This is McCaffrey on the give. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here.
20.
Newton now to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Deron Smoot in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at the 20.
Green 80. Green 80. Green is on. Green is on.
They start the drive with Martin. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Green 80.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Green 80.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Green 80. Green 80.
Bortles. They set up the screen to Martin. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage. One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change up the ball?
This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Hey, Hey, hey. Ready? Ready?
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
McCaffrey on the counter. And an Allen run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
C.J. Anderson in the game. He gets it here. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Now Cam, option left. He may try and run for this. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down.
And while it's highly unusual for NFL teams to think about using their quarterback on key third down runs, none of those teams, save one, has Cam Newton. He's unique, one of the biggest quarterbacks you'll ever see. Give him the ball, let him pick it up.
5 yards on the carry, good pickup on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
The Panthers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Newton. Hard throw, incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Set. Green 80.
Now a play fake here on first down. His throw incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They'll run with Smith, and he'll be brought down at about the 42. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So a minute 55 to go in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Sunday.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still first down.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Set. Green 80.
From the gun, it's Bortles. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Austin Seferian-Jenkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. Yeah, he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage.
Green 80. Green 80.
Bortles to throw once more. He's going to find Hill here. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Set. Green 80.
Again, it's Bortles. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. As his guys are in for 6, and the Jags are able to cash in for 6. Such an art to dot the I, just get the feet in right there against the line before going out of bounds.
Such an incredibly graceful, athletic play, but also a lot of practice goes into it. They work on that to make sure that they learn how to train their feet to get down in bounds.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lot. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though.
I get it.
Now Newton on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. Here's McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore
first down.
you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Hey.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. Flush to his right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. A final shot before half for Bortles. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13. So let's get an update on what's going on. We'll begin in the AFC at First Energy Stadium as Kansas City is in the land to take on Cleveland. And it's the Browns who have the lead late in the first half. Corey Coleman, a touchdown reception. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. Sam Darnold with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. Meanwhile, in our game, not a lot of offense to go around. 7-3 is our score. Will we see things open up in the second half? To find out, we get it back to our guys in the booth, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, Anderson. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The Panthers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now a run with McCaffrey. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1?
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They fake the handoff. Now Bortles. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
On the carry, here's Smith. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
And that's incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Nowhere to go that time. It's a 46-yard punt with a loss on the return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. And a nice gain at 21 yards. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Now a 1st down throw for Newton. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Thomas. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
20.
They go play action here on 1st down. Room to run past midfield. And caught left side, Olsen. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Okay. That's it. On 80. Shoot some. Gun. On it.
Newton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Play action. It's Newton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And incomplete here on 3rd down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field.
They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They begin with a run by Smith, and they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll run it again with Smith. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
After the penalty, it's Smith. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now Bortles throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. Incomplete over the middle. Safarian Jenkins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
First down. Here's the run with Martin. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Here's a give to Smith. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On play action, it's Bortles. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there of 22.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Smith. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. On second down, here's Bortles. On target over the middle to Hill. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
He'll get it up the middle, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but, boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
He's going to get it running right. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Bortles now on third and goal. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Lambo will put this one through. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment.
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. And what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now first and 10 at their own 23. A shotgun snap for Newton. It's hauled in by Torrey Smith. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here as we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Newton on first down. Can't fight it. He lost the football. It's out. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Newton. Oh, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Now, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know these guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 21.
380.
Here's Martin as they begin on the ground. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Bortles. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very solid gain of 27. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 31.
Hey, punch right. Sunday, Sunday.
On the counter, it's Smith, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the 1st half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out. But he was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
380.
On the ground, this is Smith. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
So you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run forward with Martin. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Did your high school have that same push them back cheer?
I was a kicker.
Well, it certainly worked. Didn't matter whether we were kickers or not. That one worked, didn't it? They pushed him back at his last snap of the ball, and boy, they created a nice play for themselves. Would they lose 3 on that one?
Yeah, from the 1 back to the 4. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. 3rd and goal. To throw is Bortles. And that is incomplete. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
this one through. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Carolina getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and...
He's got him in. Complete. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Greg Olsen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game.
The receivers have been running them ragged. Maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to him, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They've got a chance to take the lead.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point kicker. Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Green 80. Green 80.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. Goes underneath to Martin. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he finds Safarian Jenkins. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Green 80. Green 80.
Again, they'll throw with Bortles. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Austin Safarian Jenkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have moved out in front.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And they will take a 7-point lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
20.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Rolling to his right. And he's got the veteran here. It's Mike Wallace. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. On first down, Newton. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Now Newton on first down. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. On first down, it's Newton. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards on the play. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a one-score game. On 2nd down, here's Newton. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Calais Campbell in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. In for the score. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Well, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They run it again with Martin. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
Spread right, smack. Green 80.
On 3rd down, Smith. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So on now is the kicker, Josh Lambo. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And Lambo will put this one through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Carolina getting set to take the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
And that one? Oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Let's go.
Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Jacksonville, the win for them is number 6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, this could hurt in the race for home field advantage as they drop to 10-2 on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.